Hey guys, Josh from the Redneck Homestead channel, and gosh, every time I get ready to do another video and to get jump started back into the land of Redneck Homestead, I get kind of pulled away by one thing or the other. So kind of want to give you an update video to kind of fill you in on all the things that have been going on. Gosh, where do I start? I don't even know where to start. So we have another piece of property that we recently acquired up, I would say probably a quarter of a mile. I mean, it's very, very close to the cabin property up north. It's 50 acres and it's the top of a mountain. It's got old growth, beautiful old growth timber on it. And we have decided that we are going to sell that property. We decided we want to stay put right where we are at the cabin, and the other property, we had contemplated purchasing the other property so that we could put on, another cabin, a house, whatever the case may be, and kind of make a decision as to whether we want to stay where we were on the 20 acres or move over to the 50 acres. Well, we made that decision. So that property is, I guess, officially for sale. And any of you guys that are either interested in a beautiful large piece of property with old growth timber on it and spectacular views, send me a private message and I can tell you a little bit more about it. So that's one little redneck related item, but this is something I never really got into in any of my prior videos. But many years ago, when I was 15 years old, I started flying airplanes, and I know that sounds kind of far removed from the whole redneck reality, but I soloed when I was 16, and I got my private pilot's license when I was 17. I flew quite a bit back then, and more just recreationally for fun. And I think at that point I might have wanted to be an airline pilot, but when you're 17 years old or whatever, you don't really know what you want to be, and life kind of steers you in different directions. And I kind of tapered off my flying, and the last time I flew was in the year 2000. So that was 17 years ago. And I guess during those 17 years, I kind of developed a fear of flying small airplanes. And I don't know, to some extent, I think a healthy level of fear is good to have, but I let myself fixate on that fear and marinate in it for so many years that I just decided there's no way I'm ever going to fly. And this young guy that works for me decided that he wanted to become an airline pilot and he wanted to get into flying. And so he, went off and started taking flying lessons, and eventually got his private pilot license as well. And he'd come back to work and tell me stories about, oh yeah, we did this today, we did that today. Got me kind of thinking about flying again. And so, I don't know, it's probably been 4 or 5 months ago now, I got back in and, got with an instructor and said, hey, listen, it's been many years, I need to get tuned up. I need to get biennial flight review, which is a legal requirement in order to continue to fly. I had to go get an updated medical certificate, which indicates that I'm medically fit to fly. And I've been going crazy. I mean, crazy with flying. In fact, I decided, I don't know, maybe around somewhere middle of May, I decided that I wanted to get the next level of certification, I guess you'd call it. It's kind of hard to explain some of these things, but, just because unless you really know a lot about the whole flying world, explaining some of these things can be a little obscure and abstract. But the next level, I guess you might call it, is called an instrument rating. An instrument rating allows you to, in simple terms, fly in the clouds. It allows you to operate an airplane in weather that is not by visual guidance. There are two, I don't want to get into the weeds here, but I'll give you the high level overview. There are two set of flight rules. One is called VFR, Visual Flight Rules, and the other one's called IFR, Instrument Flight Rules. Visual flight rules require that you are able to see where you're going, see the horizon, stay clear of clouds, and not rely on anything but your airplane and your eyeballs to get you from point A to point B. Now, obviously, that's problematic because if you wanted to go do, like I'm up here in New Hampshire, if I wanted to do a trip even somewhere, New York, New Jersey, for 2-3 days, I mean, how can you really do that not knowing if the weather is going to cooperate with you on the way back? Sure, we know that today is going to be beautiful all day. I can get to New York. I can see my friend. We can, hang out, stay overnight. But is the weather going to cooperate and allow me to get back tomorrow? So the answer is unknown. So that's where the instrument rating comes into play. It allows you to fly in lower minimum meteorological conditions. And so it's a pretty intense program. It's a friend of mine who is a corporate pilot. He said, he goes, I'm glad I don't ever have to do the instrument rating again, because in many ways it's like getting a master's degree. And it really is very, very, very difficult. It's demanding. There's a lot of math, a lot of science, a lot of meteorological studies. There are a lot of different components and factors. Not to mention it's a more precision mode of flying. So obviously the standard of operation is much higher. So I decided, being as busy as I am with the businesses and the kids and the blah, 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 that I wanted to do an accelerated program. And an accelerated program condenses what would normally take usually between a year and 2 years, and it boils it down into 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks. So I figured, well, if I'm going to take any time off and get this accomplished, I'm going to do it in as short amount of time as possible. And I think that that's the highest density mode of learning for me. So I did that. And from July 11th to July 24th, I had an instructor friend of mine from Florida come up for 2 weeks, and he stayed with us, and we flew every single day for 8 hours a day. It was crazy. And last Sunday I had my check ride with the FAA examiner, and I passed the check ride and got my instrument rating. So that's kind of the high level overview of what I've been up to, why I haven't been doing videos. And obviously there's all of normal life that's gone along with that, work and kids and et cetera, et cetera. So I hope to be able to spend some more time up in the cabin this summer. Really the fall is when I expect we'll be going up there more. It's been really warm, and the weather's been, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's great, but when it's nice here, it's amazing. It's actually probably too hot to go out there and work on the property because it's 90 degrees and crazy humidity. It's not exactly enjoyable. So I really hope to be getting back on board and have some good material for you guys. But I anticipate either putting a bunch of flying videos right here, but it's really kind of not contextually relevant. Or I may even start another YouTube channel, a flying channel, who knows, because it's kind of my newfound love, I guess. Not newfound, but found again. So we'll keep you updated, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on all of the above. Anybody interested in the property or know somebody interested in the property, I haven't listed it. It's not on Craigslist. It's nowhere to be found. I figured I would mention it to you guys first, and we'll go from there. So until next time, hopefully next time is soon, I will sign off and look forward to hearing from you guys. Take care, and remember to like and subscribe and comment, please. Thanks.